The woman who gave the most accurate portrayal of a witch in film continues to act like one in real life. It just goes to show that the further into the Hollywood communistic cult bubble a lot of celebrities get, the more inept and detached from reality they become. Equating climate change with 9/11? Bette Midler, dead career walking. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me once again here on MRC-TV. I'm Nick Kangatis. Actress and card-carrying member of the Hollywood communistic cult, Bette Midler has consistently used her Twitter page as a platform for her own ignorance. She has had to apologize on multiple occasions for things she said on the unsocial media site. Her latest foray into stupidity saw her equate climate change with the September 11th, 2001 attacks because Trump? Nearly 3,000 people died that day, you embedded tick, and it was because of a terrorist attack, which Midler is conflating with science that's still being debated 50 years after the then-titled global warming was created out of thin air. Apparently, Trump's flippant response to a governmental climate report was just too much for Midler to handle. Trump said that he doesn't believe a climate change study that was released on Black Friday when no one was paying attention. I wonder why these federal agencies and climate scientists decided to release their study on a day where everyone was shopping, dining out, and continuing to enjoy the companies of their families during the Thanksgiving weekend. Could it be because they were trying to hide some of their more radical assertions, like that global temperatures will rise 12 degrees in the next 80 years? Sure it will. Just like the ice caps were supposed to be gone 2 years ago, right? Midler's absolutely obsessed with Trump if you look at her Twitter page, while thinking her opinion still matters in 2018 as if it ever really did. Hell, the last piece of entertainment she did that wasn't a complete waste of time was when she sang for the Late Tonight Show host Johnny Carson on his last show, and that was in '92. Trump derangement syndrome is strong in this one. Besides Trump's basic condemnation of the federal climate report, Midler's also pissed about the California wildfires that have tragically ravaged the state recently. She obviously blames Trump because of his stance that California's politicians severely mismanaged the state's forests instead of blaming climate change. Except 2 bills signed into law by outgoing California Communist Governor Jerry Brown, both of which were passed on the last day of California's 2018 legislative session and signed into law by Brown after the end of the session, have all but proven climate change alarmists like Midler and Brown wrong and proved that President Trump was right. Chuck DeVore wrote an article for Forbes on Tuesday titled "Trump's Right About California's Fires. 2 New California Laws Prove It." At one point in the article, DeVore wrote, "Yet in spite of blaming climate change and attacking President Trump for suggesting bad environmental policies made California's fires worse, California's outgoing governor, Jerry Brown, quietly signed 2 bills to correct the worst of the state's fire management policy missteps, proving Trump was right all along." The 2 policy changes that Brown executed in last-minute fashion both allow the state to take more preventative measures that would, quote, improve forest health and fire prevention, unquote, including controlled burns. Not only was Trump right, but Midler and other progressive Californians were warned of potential catastrophe in a January New York Times article which said that, quote, 100 million dead trees prompt fears of giant wildfires. Midler and her ilk didn't pay attention. In fact, it seems as though they completely ignored the warning. Keep in mind, that article was written 11 months before this latest catastrophe. So what now, Bet? See, what I just did was called research. Heck, it only took me a couple of hours to gather information that you couldn't be bothered to look up. Maybe next time, know what the hell you're talking about before opening your irrelevant mouth. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and uppercut that notification bell so you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. For MRC-TV, I'm Nick Kangatis.